Never, never, never die. 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 Never die.
Fuck you. You're good. Everything's good. Sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to
Perfect.
wake up myself a little bit too. I will because we got home from like a little short mini vacation. We went up to Willow Creek in California, where that's where the first Bigfoot sightings happened in California. So we went over there to go looking around,
Yeah.
checking stuff out and stuff.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the one pig.
Oh yeah.
Pretty.
Yeah, as soon as we got home, I started posting some pictures. I laid down. I was like, all right, I'm like, let me just let them know that we're still good. I'm just tired. I just been gone this weekend. Then crashed out immediately.
Too late. We've been snowed in for 3 days now.
Damn.
And it's looking like I don't get to go to work today either because it's so bad.
That's crazy.
It's the worst.
We just got heavy rain the last couple of days down here. There was a couple of small parts where it was just maybe like a mile or two of like light coating of snow, but besides that, that was
no ice or anything. Oh, you're so lucky. Right now,
Yeah.
it's a half-inch sheet of ice.
Oh
on
my God.
everything. The trees and everything. I've heard there's so many people right now with their power out, and PGE is like, oh, it could be up to 10 days to get your power back on. And I'm like, in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
That's bad. That's real bad. Yeah, we have to drive at least 4 hours before we even hit snow. You know what I'm saying? At the most, and that has to be during the wintertime. Otherwise, 4 hours is just a beautiful, scenic drive.
Yeah, you do got Northern Cali's good for a little snow sometimes.
Oh yeah. All right. I just wanted to get you on because I wanted to talk. Not too many people have anime podcasts. Not too many people actually have like stuff dedicated to anime. A lot of times you get all these new people and new terms like a weeb. You know what I'm saying? It's something that my daughter started using, and it's hilarious because I was like, she has her sense and taste of anime from me, and she always tries to say that she has it from my oldest son. I was like, where do you think he got those from? You know what I'm saying? On all my spare time and all my spare moments, whether it was work or, just life, if I sat down in front of the TV, that's just basically what I watched. I grew up watching the original Dragon Ball. Growing up watching it, like if you missed an episode, that was it. It was never coming back on. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't get up and wait for that time slot, it was like, that's it. You missed it, gone forever, never getting a chance to watch it ever again, because it would always come on like super early in the morning or like in the middle of the fucking night.
Yeah. You had either like 6 a.m, or you could get it on like Toonami at 11 p.m.
Yeah, see, and then that's the thing too. Is like I didn't even get Toonami because this was before I even had cable when Dragon Ball first came out during the time, and like I said, this is all the original one. Everyone goes Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Kai. Now it's like Dragon Ball, the original one when Goku was a child. Like I said, that came on like a random ass fucking channel, and like I said, literally, like
you had Dragon Ball without cable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. Like, where we were, it literally just had, like I said, it one time a week, it would play that one episode, and if you missed it, that was it. It was you was never gonna see it again. And so, like, I might have missed one or two, but I religiously tried to make sure that I was either up, check the newspaper, because back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but newspapers used to have the TV listings.
I know what I'm saying? Old, huh?
Yeah. And I go through that TV listing and I'm like, all right, it's coming on this day. I got to make sure that I'm up. I call the TV, tell everybody in the house, like, no, I'm watching this. You know what I'm saying? And my mom be like, I'm going to be a fucking sleep. Do not wake me up.
That's how my parents were. They were just like, you can get up, you can be up for as many hours as you want in the morning, but we're going to go ahead and sleep until it's time for us to get up.
Exactly. And as I got older and I started anime really opened up to me, growing up, because where I live and where I'm from, that's not the norm at all. Like it made me and my cousin almost like an oddball out in our neighborhood, because like we came from a very hardcore like Chicano fucking neighborhood where like this shit was like nobody talked about it, nobody watched it, nobody fucking like what I'm saying, everyone was just gangsters on the street. But yet me and my cousin, you know what I'm saying, we're watching, you know, Akira, you know,
Oh
Cowboy
yeah.
Bebop, like Ninja Scroll, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
And
Ninja Scroll was
it was
fantastic. That was a great one.
you know,
So good.
it was, and and like I said, it still holds up to this day because, like I said, oh, you know, the majority of all these animes that come out now are all loosely based on the same eras that a lot of these, you know, the original animes came out. When I say original animes, the original ones that were released in America, because there were so many others that weren't even, you know, cut this way. You know what I'm saying? You literally had to sort them out. You had to search them out. You had to really find them. And I just remember always going to, like, we had a place called, it was a, you know, it wasn't a Blockbuster, it was just a little mom and pop shop, and they'd have like a selection of like 6 animes, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, we'd get them
Yep.
and watch them, and, you know, at a rare occasion to get something new, but it was just always hilarious because, like, you know, it's like it was just so, you know, like not norm back then. And if you watch those, he wasn't even a nerd. People just fucking didn't fucking were like, they just couldn't comprehend what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? We were ahead of our time and cool before it was cool.
Yep.
And, you know,
But you weren't telling everybody on the streets about it. Like, yo, you catch that new Dragon Ball this morning? That shit was
exactly.
dope.
And then that's exactly it, you know what I'm saying? And now the pop culture is anime's everything, you know what I'm saying?
And there's
You're
so much now. It's an
yeah.
embarrassment of anime. Like it's hard for me to sit down and find something to watch because there's so much. These kids have no idea how spoiled they are.
Oh yeah, so spoiled. And then how norm it is, because like I said, you never spoke about it because you would just be ridiculed for it. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was your family or your friends, and, you know, they weren't in that genre. You know what I'm saying? Like, these kids have it so spoiled because, like, we couldn't speak up. We only you could talk amongst your friends that were about it. Otherwise, not even your friends would even want to hear about it. Like, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear about whatever, you know, new, you know, action cartoon or new action thing going on, or like even as a teenager growing up, you know what I'm saying? I'd still rewatch all these animes and you know, find things and I'd watch them, and nobody was ever speaking about them when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? Either, like I said, they're too
Yeah.
embarrassed to admit it, or they just didn't watch it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so funny. Like, nowadays, it's like it's all over TikTok, it's all over Instagram, it's all like, it's cool. Like, all these women and girls, they're fucking like, yeah, this is. I'm like, where the fuck were all these people when we
No.
were growing up? You know what I'm
Where,
saying?
where were all my cool anime girls growing up? That's right.
That, you know, it's just, it's like I said, it's just bullshit that it all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, we were like I always have arguments with my daughter because she's like, well, you know, they're like, no. The only reason you guys have even an inkling of what any of this stuff is, or have, like, because, like, you know, all my kids were young, and so, like I said, I only had a certain amount of movies I like to watch. And I love to watch anime. Like I said, Toonami. As soon as on demand was a thing, and I found anime on there, that's all I consumed. I'm like, why would I watch anything else but what I want to watch? You know what I'm
No,
saying?
no, the animation in anime is so slick compared to anything that was coming out over here in the US.
Yes,
And the
so
problem was that we only had 2 distributors that were putting out anime, and we could only get it in dubbed. So it was the supply that we had was so small comparatively to what was coming out over in Japan. And it was so hard, and we just had to snatch up every little teeny bit that we could find, but there was so little. I remember even going to Suncoast, and like there would just be, 20 different titles, and you better hope that it's one that you want, because otherwise you just wasted a trip to the mall.
and that's the truth. It's exactly what it is. You know, it's just so fucking crazy. Like, you know, it literally at the touch of a fingertip now on your phone.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When you had to literally search this out, or just like you said, you'd have to go to the mall, or you'd have to call places to
Hmm.
be like, hey, do you have this? You know what I'm saying? I want to buy the season. I want to buy this, you know, this movie. Are you carrying it? Do you have the dub version? I'm not a sub guy at all. It completely, I respect those who watch sub, but at the
Yeah,
same time,
that's my lane. Is I really do like the subbed better.
Yeah.
but only because like I could speed read at 2,500 words a minute, so
Yeah,
I
see,
don't even see the words.
yeah, that is not me at all. You know what I'm saying? Because once I have to read it, I'm no longer watching the movie. I'm just reading a manga. That's all I'm doing at that moment in time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'd have to read it first and then go back and rewatch it and be like, okay, I got a kind of an idea how this is supposed to be going out.
Certainly, I've been so enmeshed in that in the subtitle too that like I pick up so much of the language. So if I'm watching it and I like walk away, I'll be in the kitchen and I'll still know what they're talking about
Yeah.
just enough to keep up with what's going on. And then I'll come back out and they're like, "Did you miss anything?" I'm like, "Nah, I got it. She called him an idiot." And they're heading out, or whatever. One of these days, someone's gonna fall, and I'm gonna be like, "That joke is," you know.
What were the
As a
first
kid.
animes that you came across growing up?
Well, Ranma 1/2 was definitely one of the first. The Blockbuster down the street from my house had a, a decent anime section. They had maybe 50 titles, and they didn't rotate out a lot, so it meant I rented stuff over and over. But I was that little nerdy kid with the two VCRs, and so I would like set it to record on any of the days that there was anime on TV itself, and then on top of that, I would rent every anime video that I could from Blockbuster and do the double VCR
Yep.
record one onto the next, make sure and put it on EP so I could get 3 anime movies on one instead of one anime movie per tape. And yeah, I had this huge collection of recorded anime. I think I gave my sister like 40 tapes at one
Man.
point years ago because I was like, I don't even have a VCR anymore.
And that's it too. It's like, back in the day when you had a VCR, you'd be like, hope this thing doesn't eat my fucking tape.
Yeah, tons of that really good old stuff from back in the day though, like Project Aiko and Ranma 1/2, and man, so many old titles that I can't even.
Yeah.
Ninja Scroll.
Yeah.
I remember just, man, they were so badass. I even watched a lot of those old the Uratsuki Dojis and
Yeah.
stuff. That was just like, what is this? What am I watching? This machine is being fueled by naked ladies that are humping pistons. And it's like a giant torture machine with like 100 people attached to it. And you're like, what is this? I don't even know, but it's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like a lot of these visual things that you have in there. That was like one of the reasons why like people are like, I don't understand. You don't have to understand. You just got to know that it's there. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it while you can.
Tentacle porn, La Blue Girl and stuff like that. Man, that was some wild stuff to be like going through puberty and running across and being like, what is this?
Exactly.
Whoa.
Exactly. And they were graphic as hell.
Super duper.
Yeah. As now that we think about it, there was an anime that I was watching, and this was years ago. I want to say it was like an HBO special, you know what I'm saying? Or at least it was like when HBO first started showing certain animes. That it was, I wish I could remember the name of it. It's just like blowing my fucking mind right now because I remember watching it. It was like so oddball where like the main character had a TV for a head, and he got his girlfriend pregnant, and then all of a sudden the baby's like reproducing or is producing so fast and growing, and then all of a sudden a gun comes right out of the mom's vagina and starts shooting everybody and he kills everybody, then and literally fucking like dies because he's like progressing and growing so fast, and then the movie's over and I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch?
The American animators aren't the only one that were taking drugs back then.
Oh, not at all.
You could tell. The one I remember, and I just found it just the other day on Tubi, and I was like, I might actually go back to that because I can remember it so clearly. It's called Demon City, and it's on Tubi. You can find it on there. It's for free. I just remember this one scene. He's this detective guy, and he's solving this demon crime, trying to save the city. And he hooks up with this chick, and she's all super hottie, and they're getting it on. And then he feels something, and he looks down, and then steps away really quick. And this chick's vag just opens up into this giant black mouth with huge teeth on each side and like snaps and just misses his dong. And I'm like, oh crap, do I gotta worry about that?
That's that crazy shit right there.
Oh, yeah.
Have you rewatched any seasons or series yet? You know what I'm saying? Is there anything that you haven't like recently that you've just watched that you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna sit down and rewatch this?
Yeah, well, I'm currently I just went through all that we have of the Ranma and Half series,
Yeah.
and I watched that with my 8-year-old, and like that was really fun. Um, it doesn't hold up quite as well. Some of the episodes are a little so-so, but it's such a classic. And the nice thing is that it's kind of risque, but it's kind of not. It's got nudity, but it's more poking fun of it than a highly sexualized. And so I think it's okay for kids. It's one of those things that in Japan they're a little less prude than we are, and they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? People get naked. People have bodies.
Yeah.
What are you worried about? I honestly think that would be better for people in America who are so Puritan and stuff.
Yeah.
And all around the world, they're like, who cares if you see boobs? Instead, we're obsessed with it because we don't see them. We're
Yep.
like, oh, I've never seen those. Like in other countries, they're like, yes, just boobs.
Natural. I just I think I literally rewatched so many things. I own Dragon Ball Z. I own Super, which Super's still ongoing because it's getting ready to switch over to Heroes. But and I refuse to watch anything in dub because or sub because I want to watch it in dub. I love the American voice actors.
They
So
do. There are
yeah,
some really good
they
voice
are.
actors out there.
They are. And so I'm just waiting for that new season to get ready to come out.
Heck yeah.
And then literally I want to say in November. It might be November. November. It might have been October. My daughter was like, "Oh, I just watched." This is when she first started getting anime, and she was all about Naruto. And
Yeah,
she,
I like Naruto a lot too.
yeah,
That's what
it's a classic. And so she's just like watching it, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then she's, "Oh, you don't even know." I'm like, "I've seen it from beginning to end. What are you talking about? I don't know."
Child.
Exactly.
I'm a monster compared to you.
You know what I mean? And so I said, fuck it, I'm gonna rewatch this. So I watched literally from October to about mid-January. It literally watched the whole complete season. So it took me a few months, which it would anybody, and I would consume maybe 4 or 5 episodes a day because I wasn't doing too much. I was just having surgery. I had plenty of time on my hand. And the majority of all the seasons are available on Amazon Prime for free.
Yeah, the nice thing about Naruto, kind of like Dragon Ball as well, is that when you break it down, there's only about 15 to 18 minutes of actual storyline per episode, because you've got your intro, then they give you like 2 or 3 minutes of catch up where they just go over everything that you've gone through in the last episode. Then you got your new episode stuffed in there. Then they give you that whole big spoiler for next episode and the outro. And so if you fast forward through your intro, outro, through what you've seen, you can get them in at about 15 to 18 minutes. So you can really bust through them.
And that's great. Whoever invented that, thank you, fucking, I swear, because like I said, skip. Oh, you want to skip to the next episode? Skip. And then the TV realized, like, he doesn't want to watch this bullshit. Fucking just get to the good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They're killing me. I'm watching it on Crunchyroll, and I still refuse to spend that $8 a month for my premium or whatever. And so they kill me with commercials. What I found is I played this game called the Crunchyroll house cleaning game.
Yeah.
And so I'll be watching. I'm going through One Piece right now. I'm at about 350 right now.
Ooh.
And oh man, it's the best. It's such a good anime. I love the characters because they're all fun and they have just cool powers. They don't worry about having silly powers. They're like, whatever, these devil fruit can make you the ultimate badass, or they can make you a freaking weirdo.
Yep.
It's like, and it can go either way. You don't even know half the time. They don't even know what these fruits are that they're eating. They're just like, it's a devil fruit and it's got powers. And then someone turns into a giant kangaroo or something. And it's like, what was that? This other guy gets the power to like crush things with his mind and stuff like that, but this one guy, he turns into a giant cat or something.
Yeah.
And and there's just a sense of justice in One Piece is what I like. I like those hero characters that they can have fun. they could do some sus stuff every now and again. Like they got that sense of justice, and everywhere they go, they leave people better off, and they help all their friends along the way, and all their friends come around also because they've also got that sense of justice, and they just kind of all bond together as they go and become a cohesive unit. That's what I dig about that one so much.
And that's one of the things I love about the majority of animes is that they have an expectation of reality that is very attainable. They have these magic powers, they have these fucking super abilities, they have, they call upon forces that, obviously that, I'm not saying is not real. I'm not saying that we can't attain it, but I'm just saying they're just there. But the thing is the sense of morality that they have in it really touches base because it feels good. It's right. It's natural. It's the way people should act. Because, there's going to be assholes, which they portray, but there's also going to be good people, which they do portray on a much greater scale. And it touches you in such a way that it really pulls you into the anime and gives you such a level base with that character that you're like, that's right. This is good. He's fighting for justice. He's fighting for the right way. What is fair? You know what I'm saying? He's not fucking backing down. And it gives such a feeling of emotion that when you tie to that character, you're like, that's how I want to be. That's how I want to live my life. I want to live by this standard that he's showing. And that's one of those things that like their life lessons in these animes. Of course, there's going to be funny, sus. There's going to be fucking all this crazy shit going on. But at the same time, when you break it down at the end of the day, it's the majority of these animes that have these characters in it are about fucking what's right in the world, not the fucking bullshit. Not like, no, this is fair. This is right. I need to do this to make sure that I'm living right. And that's what I love about the majority of all these animes is that when you really break it down, it's almost like a portrayal of life that we should be having.
I'd like to think that that it's kind of shaped me a little bit, and turned me into someone that's for the right. Not 100%. I live my life a lot in the gray area, but I want my kids to grow up and be respectful and help people when they need it, and not be little jerks. There's so many entitled assholes in the world, that I don't need to make more of those.
And that's the truth. And that is the exact truth. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, there's just certain things about it that touch reality more than reality touches it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, you see bullshit in the news. You see fucking like, there's no hope. It's fucking despair. Everybody's miserable, negativity in the world. But the thing is you're watching these animated cartoons and they have that. They have despair. They have negativity. But the thing is that's not what they're focusing on. It's just the driving point in the narrative of the story.
They will fight until they break themselves
and make it right.
Just for a friend. Just to make things right.
And that is what I love about it. It's like, this is how I've been my whole life because of watching anime, because of watching, all these crazy like heroes and these things that happen in these animes. Just like you said, they've shaped me in such a way where I think a certain way, I am a certain way because of the influences that they've had on me. And, they have such a profound feeling and emotion on me that's why I rewatch them. That's why, because I want that nostalgia. I want that feeling. I want that reminder of what is right and what is good in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's a piece of happiness that I can always reflect on. At any moment in time, at a click of a button, I can sit down, watch this, and go back to how I felt when I was a kid watching this for the first time.
Yeah, and I'd say anime is probably the whole reason why I started working out and everything too. I remember in junior high, I had my grandma buy me a bar and a setup, and I would run and I would lift weights, and then when I wasn't doing that, I would be back in the house watching anime, and I'd be practicing their fighting moves and stuff. Like I have no martial arts training whatsoever, but man, I sure do got some kicks and stuff.
Oh yeah, they said that it's growing up. That's why my mom had put me in martial arts. I did wrestling.
The bushes around my house got destroyed, man. Yeah. I kicked the crap out of them.
It's one of those reasons why I did a lot of things that I did growing up too. It's just like it's such a like I said, it's just so crazy that that something so not saying mundane, but I'm just saying that is just a cartoon was able to have those kind of impacts on us, as people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and
It's just it's
there were so few American cartoons that
yeah,
had kind of the same thing.
yeah,
Like a little bit. You had like G.I. Joe
yeah.
and Transformers and a couple of them, but they just didn't have the same
Yeah,
impact.
not at all the same impact. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, those are like a lot of the situations with those cartoons is it's a little more fantasy. Even though
Mhm.
like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto is more based in fantasy, that's not the driving point of the cartoon or the anime. It's literally the character development. That character development of never quitting, never giving up, never turning your back, always making sure you stand up for yourself. Those are the driving points in those animes that were different from American because, like I said, American, G.I. Joe, I'm just fighting a bad guy.
Mhm.
I'm
People
fighting
rarely got
against,
hurt in any
yeah,
American cartoon. You
yeah,
never saw your hero get laid up in the hospital.
yep,
But every other episode of Naruto, he's bandaged up in the
yeah,
hospital, laying out,
recovering. You know what I'm saying?
recuperating from a fight.
Numerous
Mhm.
characters die. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? That are like key characters. You're like, what the fuck?
Oh
You know?
man, I have shed so many tears over
Oh
anime.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, like I said, I get emotional, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we grew up watching these things, so we just hold it a little more near and dear. What is a
Mhm.
new anime that you were currently watching and enjoying?
Oh, there's so many new ones that I have a really hard time. Uh, Mostly, I see a lot of them as I'm watching One Piece. I watch these commercials and I'm like, "Ooh, that Tower of God looks really good. I might check that one out." Or, "Oh, look at this, God of God of High School or whatever. That one looks really good." I check it out and I go, "Man, the animation is so slick." And so mostly it's just all these like, what am I going to watch after I finish One Piece?
Yeah, but you
And
got
it's been
so
a
many
long way to
episodes of
go.
One Piece.
They hit episode 1,000 in January, and they're
Yeah,
still going. It's incredible.
exactly. It is crazy. I just finished watching Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer, my daughter kept pushing me, you gotta watch it, you gotta watch it. I'm like,
It's a
all
good one right
right.
now.
So I ended up watching it. And it's pretty good. It has the majority of all the anime tropes that I love in Dragon Ball and in Naruto. They have those in there, so it's very, very good. I do recommend watching Demon Slayer. It's
Wow.
only I want to say it's 1 or 2 seasons. I think it's just 1 season. It blows through it really quick. It's on Hulu.
Mhm.
I believe it's on Netflix too, but Hulu has the dub version. I don't think Netflix had the dub version, but I liked it. It was really good. I'm definitely waiting for the next season. Seven Deadly Sins. I highly recommend that if you haven't watched it yet. It's definitely it grabbed me. You know what I'm saying? And I want to say 2018. I want to say it was 2018. I had a major heart attack.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm fine though now. I'm saying heart
Yeah.
medication. I just ended up having some kind of weird defect that all of a sudden happened, and because I could have gone my whole life and it never affected me, but that one fucking
Of
time.
course.
But I was in the hospital and I was just kind of just like there, and so I literally hopped on Netflix and I just started watching it, and then as soon as I got out of the hospital, I think it's at 5 seasons or 4 seasons right now. I got out and I just finished watching. I was like, this is fucking awesome. So it's definitely, and they just came out with a movie too. It's all Netflix exclusive. So Netflix has it. It comes in sub and dub. And the movie was awesome too. I just watched it a couple of days ago. And after watching that one, Hunter x Hunter is always good.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite is Berserk. Berserk is all I purchased it. I made sure I went out of my way and I purchased the new version of it because there's 2 versions of it. Berserk is one of those ones that if you're looking for something gory, gutsy, fucking literally like in your fucking face, no bullshit, that's the one.
Right on. Cool. I love getting all these recommendations. Man, for the longest time, I didn't take recommendations from anybody. I was like, well, I know what I like and I'll find what I like. And then I started taking recommendations and I'm like, man, people have seen this stuff and they know what's going on.
you
Why
know?
did I not listen to them?
Now it goes like that, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we get stuck in what we like so much that it's hard to open up. And like I said, since my daughter's been really into anime, like my oldest son's into anime, but his taste in anime is very different than mine.
Yeah, same
You
with
know,
my older son.
yeah.
I got a 23-year-old now. Yeah, it's something like that.
Oh yeah, see, my
And
son's 20.
yeah, the last one he recommended, I watched it and I was just like, this is, I don't know,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Sometimes it just
Okay.
goes like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little too whimsical for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I need a little more action in my anime.
I think it was like Baku or something like that. It's like a all the strongest people in the world gather in one place and just beat the holy shit out of each other to like see who is the most dominant. And it was like it had a good idea, but I didn't really like the animation style on it.
Yeah, sometimes it goes like that too. Like
Yeah.
like I said, my son, it's sometimes it's just a, he tries to be extra on top of everything he does. And so sometimes that extra he gets him watching things. I'm like, he's not my style.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I even watched a ton of Sailor Moon back in the day. I mean,
Oh
it doesn't
man,
even
dude, that
like,
came out. Yeah,
oh yeah,
that
like,
was an after school fucking mandatory. You
oh
know what I'm
yeah, I had
saying?
tapes and tapes and tapes of Sailor
Yeah,
Moon. I would
yeah,
watch it, I would pause for all the commercials, and then I would just be able to go back and watch it pure,
yeah,
just all of the action and none of the extra.
yeah. No, it's just how it goes. Have you ever seen any on YouTube, the Team Deathmatch?
Uh-uh.
Team Deathmatch, as they take a lot of characters from different movies, different things, but they've been doing a lot of anime movies or animes and putting main characters against main characters, and they just don't put them up and then like create. No, they literally calculate how strong their moves are, how strong their fights are, how devastating their blows are. And then once they calculate it up, they put the math together and then put it in a simulation, and then the simulation's created, and then you get to watch it. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Awesome.
literally tat for tat, tit for tit, fucking like, they
Mhm.
go hard on it, and so it was like one of the just the
Yeah,
one I
that
can
beats
think.
out the speculation you had as kids, like, I bet Goku could beat Superman,
Yeah,
or
no, yeah,
something like that. Who
like I said,
knows,
they
right?
have those, and they do a lot of
Mhm.
Marvel versus, like a lot of Wolverine versus. But the last one I can remember was they had Kakashi versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wild.
Yeah, so it's like, they do all these different ones. So if you get a chance, Team Deathmatch on YouTube, and like I said, basically you can almost like any characters that you would think they probably already did. So it is pretty
Cool.
fucking
Cool. I'll
off
look
the
into
hook.
that. Right on.
Oh yeah,
Sweet.
telling you. All right. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time up, but let them know where they can find you in the podcast world.
I'm all over the place. You can find me at Jason Lamproe Podcasts on Instagram. You can find me at Mixed Media Forest under Media Forest Cast on Twitter. Media Forest, Mixed Media Forest, and is on all the pod feeds. Anywhere you go, you're going to find it. The Ranma One Half podcast is still kind of small. It hasn't been distributed a lot yet. I believe it's on Spotify and Anchor right now, but I'm still working on it. I got new mic, which should have been here yesterday, but it's in the mail right now because I got snowed in for 3 days. But as soon as I get that new mic, oh, I'm itching to get on there and start putting out some new episodes. I took a hiatus. My daughter's got a lot of health problems. She's got Lennox-Gastaut, which is a medically resistant seizure disorder, and then she's also got Soto syndrome, which is a genetic disorder, which makes her it makes her grow really rapidly. It makes her she has loose joints. She's gonna have a lot of problems growing up, and so a lot of my time is just devoted to as much as I can when I'm not at work, just being home and being around. She's got a lot of behavioral issues, which makes it really tough for my wife to handle her in the daytime.
Well, I'll tell you right now, thoughts and prayers go out to you and for her. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully something can be done, medication,
Yeah,
therapy, you
we've
know.
been. She takes medication every 12 hours, and we've been on it. She's gone almost 2 years without a seizure.
Nice.
It's really tough to give your kid medication every 12 hours. It's
Yeah,
like
no,
even if they're
100%.
on vacation, even if
Yeah. No
anything that's
stopping it.
going on whatsoever, it's like that has to go in her every 12 hours. It's just the thing. And just giving her the best life I can. It's going to be rough for her, but
Yep.
I'm just stepping it up and doing what I can. I'm just thankful that my older kid is a little bit better off than she is. And you know, it's hard being a dad. It's those challenges that
100% is, you know what I'm saying? Life will throw everything at you,
mm-hmm.
you know, and
You
but
gotta
it
step up to the plate anyway, even if it
exactly got to take care of business. You know what I'm saying? That's what I
yeah, for
always
sure.
say. Um,
For sure, but I'm looking forward to making more episodes here real soon. More of Mixed Media Forest, more of Ranma 1/2. I might even throw in some more of my little bitty one that I've been doing. Just you know, little palate cleansers and stuff. I want to do more. I have this thing where the more podcasts I have, the more excited I get about it. But then I know that I'm just dishing more onto my plate that I'm gonna have a hard time with.
Now that's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. I manage so many stuff at one time because I got Angry Dad. I married a Bigfoot.
Yep.
I have my YouTube channel, which you know I do place the podcast on, but I also do reviews, DIYs, did you know, or like crazy stuff. And then I also manage a YouTube channel for me and my son when we do all our spicy stuff.
Yeah, those are really fun. I usually catch them when I see them pop up. I usually watch them.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are great.
sometimes you got to do something a little outside the box. You know what I'm saying?
That's it exactly. Like I feel like, you know, maybe I haven't hit the right one yet. You know, maybe one of these times I'm going to come up with another podcast and people are just going to be like, "Wow, I love that," you know, and then that one's off and rolling. Like I'm thinking about doing a meditation podcast
There you
right
go.
now because I'm really into like the whole metaphysical aspect and stuff and like improving your mind. And I've had just some really wild stuff. I see shadow things and stuff, and I've had some cool meditation periods and stuff. Some like little, nothing quite as intense. I've heard all your stories
Oh
on
yeah.
everything. Nothing quite that intense. But like just the other day, I had this weird thing where I had gotten up in the middle of the night and I did a few things and I went to go back to bed. And instead of going to sleep, I went into this like weird tunnel, and it was like all light and dark, and the tunnel was almost like smoke or gelatin or something, and I'm just traveling through it and it's opening and closing. I keep looking through these little holes and seeing glimpses of like buildings and outdoor places and people, and also like through the smoke I'm seeing all these like weird like glyph writing and stuff in the background that's like glowing green like the Matrix. And oh man, it was so strange. There was even this weird fish guy, and I'm just like, what was that? I don't feel like I got any more sleep. I woke up when I was supposed to. I felt like I got no more sleep. It was like I went on this weird DMT journey without even taking anything.
Well, they say a lot of times with with meditation, with practice relaxing. I've also noticed it with stretching, is that you can hit a state of euphoria that's supposed to be basically equal to releasing the DMT in your brain because
Yep.
we naturally produce it. So if you can develop like a state of mind through
Indeed.
relaxation stretch and then release that enzyme in your brain, and bam, you're in the fucking thing. So you can imagine if you're sleeping really fucking good, and because you're sleeping so fucking good, you're
Mhm.
so fucking relaxed that because the DMT, that enzyme is like, that's why it's called the third eye, because that's where it's located. So
Yeah,
fucking
that
you could be in
pineal
that
gland.
state of mind.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And just bam, you fucking just took yourself to another fucking dimension just by fucking relaxing so fucking much. Getting into meditation and all, I try to not do it because I'm so subjectable to that, because I've had it happen to me more than a few times where I'd like either like I used to do a lot of foam rolling. And so I
Hmm.
would do the foam rolling and I'd maybe get maybe a half hour and do it really fucking get my muscles broken down and then just click. And then I'm like, Jilly, I'm like, I don't want to move. I don't want to do shit. And then I'm just like in this state of euphoria where my brain is going a million miles a minute, but I can't fucking move. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
Wow.
like it's possible. It happens. These are the
Go
things
on a
that people
journey
don't
through your
fucking think
mind.
about. Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
fucking insane.
I would definitely redo it if I could, because I'd miss sleep over that any day. It was
Oh
just,
yeah.
it's so interesting and exciting, and you're like, what's around the next corner? Where even am I? Who are these people? It's like going on a trip without taking anything.
That and it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because like I've talked to many like to this day, like I said, I fucking lucid dream ridiculously. Like I wake up and I felt like I did something, or fucking I'm moving, or fucking, you know what I'm saying? I'll wake up and then I'm like, all right, I'm back in reality. Let me just go back to sleep.
I'm so jealous. I only do that.
Nah,
every
don't,
once in
hey,
such a
because
great while.
because like I said, I'll wake up feeling tired because I was mentally, physically doing something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, that could actually now I can sleep, and then sometimes I can't even do that because I'll just slip right back into that fucking dimension, and then fucking be right back out of whatever the fuck I was doing without even trying. It fucking, it's a gift and a curse because, like I said, sometimes I just don't like my body's rested, but my brain's not. So I'm mentally tired. You know what I'm saying?
Like I love to be open to it, but at the same time, when I see these weird shadow entities and stuff, I'm like, okay, like I could see a couple less of those and be fine.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I've had a few incidences where, like I said, it's just, just where I'm like, I'm fucking good. Let me just shut that part of my brain down. I fucking, I'll talk about it, no problem, but I'll instantly just shove it right in the back of my brain like it never fucking happened.
Yeah, Chris Wutsky from hashtag No Offense Show. He hit me up to an episode of Tinfoil Hat just the other day. He said he was listening to it and said it reminded him of me. And so I went. It was episode 420.
Yeah.
And the guy was talking about he's written books about shadow people and shadow creatures.
Yeah.
And like that's the first person that I've heard talk about shadow spiders and shadow cats and stuff. And I see that all day. Like it's not always people, but like I see a million things run across the floor.
Yeah.
I see like almost tarantula-sized shadow spiders and stuff that run across the house. There's always like small like cats and ferret-like things that are jumping in and out from behind things, and usually in the little dark corners of the house and stuff. And it's just like I've just gotten so used to it now that I see it and I'm just like, yep, that's another one. Okay.
Yeah.
But the worst is like I do house cleaning, and so I'll be in someone's house and no one's there, and it's a giant house. It's a little bit spooky already, and then I'll start seeing them, and I'm like, just let me clean things.
That's it. I say that like I said, I have moments in time where something will physically happen to me, and I'm like, nope. Not right now. Not right now. 100% will disconnect. You know what I'm saying? 100% walk away from the situation. Yeah, I'm good. They're like, no, that's not real. This is not happening. I'm just moving on with my day.
I've had to tell myself that so many times.
Oh yeah.
I'm just seeing stuff. That's just my eyes messing with me.
Exactly. I'm tired. That's all it is. Well, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you joining me on today's podcast. Normally, I'm all over the place, but like I said, it's just, it's fun to talk to somebody who actually knows anime, talks anime, and you know what I'm saying?
Old school anime head. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly it. The original weebs, from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? But the kid
now, man.
Exactly. I always tell these youngins, I'm like, y'all don't know shit. Well, thank you for this is the Angry Dad Podcast. Thank you for watching, listening, whatever platform you're on. This is threw myself off, didn't even say it right. This is the Angry Motherfucking Dad. You want to watch my shit? IGTV, YouTube. You want to listen to it? Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, SoundCloud, Deezer, iHeartRadio. This motherfucker's everywhere. You can easily fucking find it. Rate, review, like, subscribe, all that fucking bullshit. I'm also part of the SIP Network. It's a slightly irregular podcast network, group of powerful podcasters that they're sharing their shit. SIPnet.us, Network SIP on Twitter, SIP Network on Instagram. Make sure you go check it the fuck out. You can find every one of our podcasts on that platform at SIPnet.us. Also, to BlackstoneLabs.com, B to the 4th power checkout. Get yourself hooked the fuck up. 20% off your entire order. B to the 4th power checkout, BlackstoneLabs.com. CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. That is CH Concrete, serving the San Francisco Bay Area. No job too big, no job too small. Residential, commercial, does not matter. CH Concrete can help you. Also, to sleekterrorclothing.com. Make sure you go check it the fuck out. Occult brand clothing, shirts, art prints, awesome beard oil. Exactly. Great stuff. If you haven't had a chance, you got that beard oil. That sulfur's the one, man. I put that shit on. Feels fucking luxurious.
Nice.
All my links in the bio, in the notes. I'm going to tag Jason and everything so you can be able to just look them up right from there. And I'll see y'all motherfuckers on the next one. Fuck.
Always living, always living, always living, always living, always living, always living.